Okay, I've got something for you. The new parts have been fitted to the car. The simulation numbers are good, so look forward to your feedback. Check out the details.
Welcome from Spain. The drivers will be needing every bit of grip and confidence they can find today as they try to find their way around this historic circuit in some very difficult conditions. Getting the green light in a couple of minutes, and all eyes are fixed on the sky. Anthony Davidson, I think they're hoping to spot a nice patch of blue heading this way.
It doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon though, does it? I'm not sure how many teams will be willing to send their cars out in these conditions, to be honest. There are guys out in the pit lane with leaf blowers trying to clear the worst of the standing water away, but it seems like a bit of a futile effort as things stand right now. Of course, the best way to clear water is to get cars out on track. The trouble is, no one wants to be the first one out there. As soon as 1 or 2 sensible lap times appear on the monitors though, more are guaranteed to follow.
We're going to be logging some extra data during this session. Nothing you need to worry about, but as we have... Best lap so far is a 1 minute 25.6.
Today's qualifying session is about to start here at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And what a cracker of a session we're expecting it to be. In recent seasons, much talk has been made about tyre wear. Some say it gets in the way of the racing, others say it's always been part of the sport. Are we going to see drivers trying to look after their tyres here, or throw caution to the wind and worry about that when it becomes a problem?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
It won't be easy getting out of this qualifying session, but see what you can do.
For our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are three big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Kimi Räikkönen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Perez, Sainz, and Kevin Magnussen. Kvyat, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, and Palmer, Sauber, Massa, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Lance Stroll, Ericsson, and Roman Grosjean starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
this rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One, and that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the drive. It's a good result for Kimi Räikkönen, who extends his advantage at the top of the championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day? And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. It was a tough race for our championship leaders, who lose ground at the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
could this be? Could it be a promotion to first driver? I think it might be. You read the details. You've earned it.